Corinne, Madalyn, thank you both so much for being here today. And thank you both so much for all of your tireless work getting that Lake Michigan beach guide ready for everyone for this summer. I know it's still a little cold out there. People may be not traveling to the beach too frequently right now, but that beach guide is going to come in so handy later on in the summer for people looking for that new destination to head out to, or maybe their favorite place has gotten a new makeover and they got to stay up to date on all of that. All of that information can be found in this year's beach guide, which can be found over on our website, woodtv.com. And again, Corinne, Madalyn, and our other digital reporter, Matt Jarowski, went out to 55 different beaches from St. Joseph to Ludington to put everything together. It was quite the trek for you guys getting all those beaches together. I mean, what was that whole process like? I know we did it last year. You guys were tasked with it again. Madalyn, start with you. What was it like kind of going to all these different beaches? First of all, how many beaches did you actually have to go to this time around?
Oh, I don't even know. I think it was around like 25 maybe.
Wow.
I know I had half of it, so I had to do my beaches were split over 2 days. It was a blast. I loved all the beaches I went to. I didn't have any of the hikes that I know Corinne had.
Right.
But I had a great time doing this.
Mm-hmm. Corinne, kind of same thing. You know, you had my route last year with all those different hikes and everything. What was that like, kind of having, but being in my shoes this time around?
Yes. Well, I went to about 15 beaches, I think, and I got, I want to say, over 20,000 steps that day.
Yeah,
so
sounds about
lots
right.
of walking.
Yeah.
I was very sore for the next couple of days. Lots of hills, lots of stairs. Lots of beaches that were beautiful, but it did take a while to get to. I personally do not enjoy hiking to the beach if I'm going to go, but I'm assuming that once it's summer, middle of summer, not everyone wants to go hike, so it'll be nice and quiet. Mm-hmm. Beautiful views. So highly recommend going to a lot of them.
Yeah, no, definitely. I know some people, like myself, don't like doing those treks to the beach, but there are those people that do enjoy that kind of nature-esque walk to the beach, and then being able to hang out for a little bit before heading back home, and then you get to go through that. I mean, it's a beautiful walk. It just kind of took a while, right?
Yes, very beautiful. I really liked, it was Saugatuck Dunes. That was a nice walk through the woods. I really enjoyed that. I didn't have to go to multiple other beaches afterwards. I think I would have enjoyed, slowly walking through the woods, taking in all the sights and everything. But, trying to get to multiple beaches in one day, I kind of had to rush through it. But gorgeous views, lots of parents with their kids the day I went, which was kind of surprising because it was very cold and rainy that day. But, yeah, it was beautiful. I highly recommend that one. I will probably be going back with my dog sometime.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Well, and obviously this guide is designed to not only let people know about all the different types of beaches that they can venture out to this summer, but also let them know about any of those big changes that might have happened. You guys going to those, more than a couple dozen different beaches. Any big changes to any particular beaches you guys saw, Madalyn? Anything kind of jumping out to you, or was it kind of more so the same from last year?
So one of the biggest changes I noticed this year was Ludington State Park is actually closed right now. Most of it. You can still get to some of the hikes. The roadside beaches are still open. But crews are working on this construction project starting at the river. So that's set to open up July 1st. There's going to be, they're redoing more parking, adding parking, stuff like that. So there will be some nice new additions there once that opens. And then the other one I noticed was Hofmaster Park. I know they just finished like a big project. Right now they're working on a project on the bathroom facility. So right now it is like porta potties only. If you head out there, you just know that there's no modern bathrooms yet, but they said that project will be done by July 1st as well.
And Corinne, anything kind of jumping out to you? I know you were dealing with the different treks, but anything in particular from last year's beach guide that you noticed was a big change that you think people should know about kind of before they check out the beach guide?
Yeah, so last year, Kirk Park, their bathrooms were under construction, and this year they're open, which is really nice, and they're modern, so you don't have to worry about like porta potties or anything like that. So that's one of the things I noticed. Pier Cove Park was closed for construction when I went out. So if you're trying to go there, you won't be able to this year. But yeah, those are the two big things that I noticed for sure.
And those are all very popular beaches too that I think a lot of people, especially at Kirk Park, every time I go out there, there's tons of people out there. So knowing that the new bathrooms are good to go, people should be very excited about that. And kind of back on the beach guide and just putting it all together. This is a a piece of our website that a lot of people venture out to. Again, like I said, during the summer months, especially after those first couple weekends when everybody maybe is getting tired of the normal routine, the normal beach spot, and they're looking for a new place. This is sort of that way for them to find those new places. Did you guys happen to find any new spots that maybe you hadn't been before that you were really maybe already starting to plan to head on out to for this summer?
That's a good question. Corinne, did you find any?
I really liked the Rosie Mound natural area park. I'd never been there. I've heard of it. I grew up in West Michigan, so I've heard of it before. There was a over a mile, half mile hike, sorry. And that was a gorgeous hike. It was at the end of my day, so I was pretty tired. But it was beautiful, and the beach area was gorgeous. So I definitely think I'm going to go there. There are lots of hiking areas in that natural area. So, you can go to the beach for a little bit, go hiking for a little bit. There's kind of a lot to do. So that's definitely a place that I'm hoping to go to this summer. We'll see if I make it out. But yeah, I definitely enjoyed that one.
Madalyn, anything stick out to you as far as new destinations that you want to check out?
I'd actually never been to Muskegon State Park before, even though I grew up in West Michigan all my life as well. And that beach was beautiful. So big. I was kind of shocked at how big it was. So that's definitely somewhere I'm going to have to check out this summer as well.
Absolutely. And, you both kind of do have the history of being in West Michigan. So let's go back a little bit to kind of growing up. I mean, is there a place or, do you have a favorite beach that, you always try to hit at least one time each summer?
I mean, so I grew up in Holland, so Holland State Park.
Yeah.
Is in my opinion,
not a bad choice.
In my opinion, it's the best beach in West Michigan. I love it.
Right.
Have to see Big Red. Got to stop at the general store for ice cream. That's my favorite go-to summer spot.
Yeah, I usually go to Grand Haven. That's my go-to where I went growing up. I love going there, going and getting Prana Pups. Definitely a stop every time I go out there. I actually took my boyfriend. He lives in Connecticut. We went there last summer, and he really enjoyed it. He had never seen Lake Michigan before, so that was nice to show him.
Yeah.
Did he think it looked like an ocean?
He did, yeah. He really enjoyed it. So
Yeah.
he's coming out again, so we'll probably make another stop out there.
Yeah, no, if he hasn't been to a beach in the summer in West Michigan, definitely something to knock off that bucket list for sure. So a good thing that you went on all those treks. Now you know which ones to go to and take him for a first time. So that'll be really exciting. And also a part of our beach coverage this summer, we're going to be bringing you specific stories related to different beaches and other topics related to summers down on the lakeshore. Madalyn, you've got one that already came out about Camp Geneva. Can you tell us a little bit more about that?
Yeah, so Camp Geneva, if you're not familiar, it's a summer camp along Lake Michigan in the Holland area. So in 2017, as you probably know, the lake level started to rise, and with erosion and stuff like that, their beach really shrank. And for a bit, they really didn't have a beach at all. Well, this year they have the biggest beach since 2017. Lots of space to do lots of things. So I did a feature on them, along with some projects that they've been working on. They recently added a bridge. They're building a new gathering space. So you can check that out on our website.
Yep. Now it's up right now for everybody who's interested in checking out a little bit more about Camp Geneva. Let's also talk about and kind of look forward a little bit, Madalyn. I know you're also working on a couple of different stories, like I said, related to beaching here in West Michigan. Anything you kind of want to tease for everybody that's coming up later this summer?
Well, so I got one story about beaches and accessibility. So I talked to the Friends of Ludington State Park about some of their efforts to fundraise, to bring some accessibility gear to the beach to make sure that everyone is able to enjoy it. So keep an eye out for that.
All right, awesome stuff. And before we let you go, I've been talking with the meteorologist, Sarah Flynn, specifically who's been doing the beach and boating guides already, even though the water's been relatively pretty cold. I think it was still in the 40s and 50s, even late last week. So hopefully with the sun kind of peeking out a little bit more through the clouds, we're going to see those water temperatures warm up. But it begs the question that I know a lot of people kind of debate about, but when is it? What water temperature is the perfect time to actually go in? I'm 80s and above personally. I don't really do the cold water, those cold plunges that people are doing. Not about that. So I'm more of an 80s type guy. I mean, do you guys have any sort of opinion on when is the right time to actually get yourself into the water this summer?
I mean, for me, it depends on if I'm swimming or if I'm scuba diving.
Okay, yeah.
If I'm swimming, I would say it has to be at least 75. I'm a bit of a wuss. But if I'm scuba diving, you got the wetsuit on, I'd say 50 degrees.
50?
Is pretty good. Yeah, well, because you got a wetsuit. I don't have a dry suit yet,
I don't
but
know.
You can deal with some cold water then.
Yeah, right. Well, I think you're more focused on everything else going on with scuba diving. You're not focused on, oh my gosh, it's so cold, probably.
I mean, if it gets cold, that is
Yeah.
what you're focused on. But
Right, definitely.
It's good. It's good.
Yeah. Corinne, what about you? Any opinion on when is the right time to actually get in the water?
Yeah, so for me, I'm not a big fan of lakes. I don't like fish being around me. They kind of freak me out. If
Well,
I'm in-
avoid the water at all costs
Yeah.
then, probably.
If I'm in water and a fish touches me while I'm swimming, I will scream. So yeah, I try to avoid the water. So
Yeah.
it doesn't really matter to me because I'm not going in. I will put my feet in a little bit, but you can do cold water
Right.
at that point. So
Yeah.
yeah, doesn't really matter to me.
Well,
I did see
yeah.
when I was checking out the beaches. I think that was April that we did that, and I did see one person in the water already
Really?
swimming. Yeah. I
Hey,
don't know
you
how
know
they were
what?
doing it. They're just in
Props
a bathing
to them,
suit.
props.
Yeah.
Don't know if that would be me out there, but you know what? As long as they're having fun, that's all that matters. And the good thing about the beach guide is that then you can find the perfect beach. If you're looking to get in the water, if you're looking to just hang out on the beach and on the sand and enjoy the sun, well, you can find all of those best beaches and where to check all that out right now with the help of our beach guide that you can find right now over on our website, woodtv.com. Corinne, Madalyn, and also Matt, who is not here with us. I want to thank you all for your hard work in getting that guide together. I know a lot of people are going to appreciate it. So thank you all so much for stopping by today.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you.